Recently, I received a mailing that took me back to my childhood. My insurance agent sent me a baseball. It arrived in a battered, padded USPS envelope, the kind you get free at the post office, tattered and probably an extra day in transit as it rested in the back of some dirty truck. Packed in a cardboard insert, informally recycled, containing remnants of styrofoam, a hand-lettered label, and someone signed a signature on the baseball. Now, I don't know much about sports, but don't they have better things to write on? It's difficult to write on a round surface, and I wasn't sure how comfortable many athletes were writing on a flat surface, let alone a sphere, and this was somehow related to insurance. The name was barely discernible, but I think it was like Bagwell or Biggio or something. Anyway, it started with a B. Oh well, with that aside, it reminded me of a barely recollectable time of my life when I was on a baseball team. It was Corey League, and I was barely on the team, not really playing unless a major virus sickened almost everyone in the small town. So when I wasn't on the field, 99% of the time, I thought and observed. Well, I did play twice. Right field, I think, first time. Nighttime, of course, not much to see except way across the field, left field. One of the Saunders boys that was playing left field disappeared into the adjacent cornfield to relieve himself. Number one, I think, because he wasn't gone very long. The infield lights were not very bright, and the outfield lights were almost non-existent. The lights were just a place for the moths to congregate, forming an inverted cone expanding downward. Most of the time, though, I sat on the bench, drifting in and out of the game. It went on as a rumble in the background, almost like a fever when other people are talking in the room. An audio haze, complemented by vague sound, punctuated by the coach yelling, "Let's talk it up! I want to hear some noise!" It seemed a little silly, but I tried to talk it up with their inane suggestions. Otherwise, I sat and pondered, comforted by the warm blanket of unidentifiable sounds and the glazed-over observation of the in-progress sport. I pondered whether all this existed, or perhaps was really an imagined internal event, maybe fabricated by a giant omnipotent overseer, perhaps God. But why would God bother creating all the physicality? Instead, they could all be virtual, a series of intertwined entities represented by thoughts. But I was only 8 or 9 years old. It was a sincere series of questions, not an academic quest. But if God was all-powerful, wouldn't it make more sense to be very efficient? That way, if the experiment was a bust, oh well. Then I heard, "Bratton, holy cow, I have to play. All the coaching, keep your eye on the ball. I wondered how you could watch the ball and your glove. And then the famous, 'Bratton, don't be afraid of the ball. Don't be afraid of it. It won't hurt you.' All this after Ronnie Rodeberry had just left the field with a bloodied nose, and he was crying huge, real tears, even though it was perhaps an imaginary world. Then the coach barked the instructions. 'Bratton, play deep. He's a late hitter.' How deep? Well, deep enough to relieve myself in the cornfield should I need. I ran through the partially mowed grass, dodging fresh mounds generated by a mole on the move. It was dark out there. So dark that for a number one, no real need to enter the cornfield, I thought to myself. Just turn around like the Saunders boy. I didn't. It really wasn't that urgent, just nerves, and I was wearing dark jeans. Far, far away, the talk drifted my way, but was muffled in evening haze, something like, "Hey, batta, hey, batta." Not very original, I thought, and really not right to try to scare another kid that was just trying to bat, probably scared shitless already. I had been warned that he was a late swinger, whatever that meant. The report of the bat was barely audible, and then there it came, in the air, then bounding, careening toward me. I froze, my glove in hand, eyes bouncing between glove and ball, glove and ball, glove and ball. It was slow motion, but simultaneously high velocity, bounding, skipping, closer and closer, an explosion of brown dust as it penetrated the mole mound, permanently revectoring its random trajectory. Coming straight at me, glove in front of my chest, another hand ready to clutch the ball, and I thought then perhaps make a dramatic throw to second base, stopping the runner, reflecting on the major rule of Little League Baseball, remember, 2 hands while learning. hands in front of my chest at the ready to clutch the ball, eyes glove to ball, glove to ball, glove to ball. The pain was excruciating. I wasn't sure what sex was, but I thought it involved the smitten part. The ball dropped. I buckled in pain, falling beside the ball, thinking about sex. It was supposed to be fun, I heard, and maybe this was all just a thought. No, this was real. Don't be afraid of the ball, it won't hurt you my ass. And my insurance agent just sent me a baseball.